What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Battle Reports, and it's another battle report for you, number 324, I think. And what's going on, guys? Guys, I had a feeling this would happen. I was, I was very hesitant about playing Warhammer. One of the reasons I was very hesitant about playing I'm sorry, not Warhammer, T9A, the Ninth Age, was because I knew I would go right back into my old habits of wanting to play and list build and all this stuff, and that's what you guys want, that's what the enthusiasm you want. But honestly, I was really enjoying my Dungeons and Dragons time, and I was just really enjoying that. But, you know, certain events are coming around and I have to get ready for them, and I cannot let my people down. So here I am playing a game, and guess what? My brother is coming out today. My brother is playing the game. We do have a couple things. I try to, I didn't want to come back and do everything roughly the same. I wanted to change some things up, but you know what? I haven't really thought about it. So one of the things I wanted to do, which you'll see at the end of the video, is give you feedback from my opponent, right? And it came out to great effect. But I'll put that in the end of the video, obviously, so you guys don't get spoilers on what has happened in this match. I'm playing my brother. We're getting ready for Buckeyes, and honestly, I don't know what to think. I already put my list in, and after I put my list in, maybe the day after, I already decided to change my list. And it's too late. I already sent it in. I already seen my first round opponent, and I could actually, you know what? I could ask the internet what I should do. Oh, you guys are watching, and you guys could give me some advice, and maybe I'll take your advice, or maybe I'll just say shut the fuck up. Anyways, somebody asked in my last video, they put it in the comment section, what the hell is this? No shy ambulances? And there's two reasons why there's no shy ambulances, okay? Number one is because I'm on the 5th floor. My old location that I would, at my gym, I would post the videos, but I was on street level, so that you could hear the shy ambulances drive by, right? Second off, there actually was a shy ambulance that went by 2 minutes ago right outside my house here, and I was trying to record right before so you guys could start with the but you just missed it. It might still go off. Like, I think it might be in one of these houses near me, and then they might just take off with that person. But they do exist. I'm sorry that they're not going to be as prevalent in every video. Anyways, let's go on to what this game is all about. This game, we got my Orcs and Goblins versus my brother's Dwarven. Dwarven holds, I think it's called. What I'm going to do to you is I'm going to go on to new recruit on my computer, because this is the list he sent in. I can actually look up what list he is playing, alright? I've gotten a lot of people commenting like, oh, that's an interesting list. And I understand. I understand it's an interesting list. But that's what he's playing. And we're going to see how it goes. And honestly, whatever we don't like, we're going to change it up anyways. So we didn't really care. This is kind of just like a get-back tournament for us. We're not, both Jesse and I are not under this false pretense that we're going to win Buckeye or even place high. We're both getting back into the game. We're both playing for fun. We're both excited just to see some of our friends. And that's what it's all about, man. That's literally what it's all about. And we understand that. We're totally cool with that. We're totally just like, hey, man, this is going to be fun. I'm excited, actually. I'm 100% excited to go to the Toledo game room, because if you guys have ever been to Adepticon or even Buckeyes, there's a guy that's called the Bits Guy, okay? And the Bits Guy comes with every freaking bit you could imagine from every miniature company, from every model. You find these 1980s, 1970s models there, and it's just like, holy shit. You can find like Albion Giants, and you can find, let me think of what else. But, you know, my brother always comes back like, look at this cool ass rat on a fat rat, you know, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a cool model. Never seen it before. And there it is. The Bits Guy has it. Well, the Toledo Game Room is the Bits Guy. This is his store. So I'm actually really excited to go to the store, check out what he has. The other thing I'm excited about, which is really funny to most of you guys, because you guys don't live in Chicago, okay? But in Chicago, you cannot buy primer in a spray can because it's illegal to buy spray paint in Chicago. So I'm just excited to go to the Toledo Game Room and get some damn primer. Anyways, So my brother's list, we have Dwarven Hold. He has a Runic Smith. It's his general. He has a Rune of Iron, Rune of Denial, Rune of Grounding. He also has 3 times Battle Runes, Rune of Mastery. He has an Anvil of Power. He has a Thane with a Rune of Mining. He has 24 Greybeards with a Rending Banner. Interesting, didn't even know they had Rending Banner. Alright, he has 10 Clan Warriors paired weapons with Banner of Relentless. He has another 10 Clan Warriors, Banner of Relentless. He has 10 more Clan Warriors paired weapons with Vanguard. He has 8 Whole Guardians, 7 Whole Guardians. He has a unit of 16 Kingsguard, 10 Miners, and 2 Oregon Guns with Flaming Shots. Now, as soon as my brother's list was posted, I got comments and messages from people questioning me. What is your brother bringing? Why is he bringing this? And you know what? I'm going to answer the same way he does. I don't know. We're just trying this shit out, man. That simple. Like, we're not like, we're just theory crafting. And honestly, Mark Charlone sent me a message and he's like, I thought your brother only played ogres. No, my brother played ogres and rats. And he picked up dwarves. You'll see it in this video. He picked up dwarves because of we needed a dwarf player. That simple. Anyway, so he's trying it out. He got a 3D printer. He started printing out miniatures. He started printing out mini miniatures, okay? And I mean mini miniatures, tiny little guys, so it's easier to travel with. That's one of the big things we keep running into is just trying to travel with an army. And both him and I kind of have the same mentality. We want these big, old, cool-looking models, and then it's just like, holy shit, they break every time you travel with them. So he decided to go the opposite end. He decided to go tiny as tiny can go because he wants to be able to travel with them. So that's what you're going to see in this video. Anyways, let's go over what I have, and we'll get started right away. Okay. Let me find my pictures here. Alright, I got my Savage Orc Ed Bashers. Let me see. This is my Buckeye list. So I already forgot what I'm bringing to Buckeye. And that's the first tournament coming up. ChiHammer. Where the hell's my name go? There it is. James Silva. Alright, so I got 25 Ed Bashers with paired weapons, Green Tide Banner. Alright, I got a unit of 5 Spider Riders. I got my King Koopa. King Koopa has the paired weapons, Shield Breaker, and a Dragon Staff. I got General Zod. Zod has a... this one has a 4-up regen with Touch of Greatness and paired weapons on a Chariot, obviously. I got my K-Pack here. I got, and honestly, my brother was so nice. He stood there and waited while I started gluing some of the shit back. I was like, oh my god, I gotta glue all this shit. This shit's all broken. It was nice to get to the dojo, too. Over here, I got my Cave Trolls. I got 8 of them. I got my A-Rock with the web launcher, and I got my 2 units of common goblins with bows and shields. I got my forest goblins, the commandos, with bazooka, and Baxter the Pyromaniac. My brother's battle runes, he ended up choosing Gleaming, Reckoning, and Resilience. And I ended up... well, I guess I would have already showed you the pictures of what he has with his mini miniatures. If not, here I go again. Here's a picture of this. And my magic, I ended up picking, I think it was like Pyroflow, Scorching Salvo, Bring the Pain, I think it's called. Is it Bring the Pain? The one that I just get to reroll to hit, and then Flaming Swords. Alright, we're playing a classic battle line. No, we didn't play classic battle line. We picked Encircle, the ones where we could take big center or big flanks. He ended up taking big center. He won the roll off. I got the big flanks. So the big flanks, I go ahead and I put up the A-Rock, the K-Pack on one side. I put Koopa and the Commandos on the other, and I put everything else in the center, right? Hide my general behind the trolls. And my brother goes ahead and lines up like this. Now, he has those 2 bricks of Hold Guardians. The Hold Guardians on the right and the Hold Guardians in the center. The ones in the center, I did not know this. You'll find out in the middle of the game. Actually, I won't even spoil it. I'll let you know what happens. He has these little units of Clan Warriors, and he's using them as chaff or as like little scoring units, little dart units. And I didn't really expect his gameplay with it. He did put his organ guns in a weird spot, which basically lets me kind of demolish them, because he didn't even remember that I had scouts. So my scouts pop out. You can see there's an organ gun on the hill up there, and he's already like, god damn it, I just gave that to you. I believe I dropped everything, but I told him to take first turn. I want to say that's what I did. Nope, I took first turn. So he dropped everything after I dropped everything, he dropped everything, and then he takes his Vanguard. He's gonna go ahead and move this unit of Clan Warriors, and we're gonna start with Orcs and Goblins turn one. Orcs and Goblins turn one. He goes ahead. He put his guys in a spot where when he Vanguarded forward, it was really close to the K pack. So I just go ahead and I declare that charge with the K pack. I believe he flees, which okay, whatever. I fail my charge. That's fine. Puts me into this position right here. Go ahead and I move Coop up to the flank, and like I said, I go ahead and I throw up my Forest Goblins and the Spider Riders up to the organ gun as fast as possible. My whole goal here is to start just taking out the War Machines. I don't want the War Machines ripping me apart. We're going to go to Magic. Magic, I got a 5 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. He lets it go through. I go ahead and I do a wound onto... Uh-oh, my pictures aren't showing. No. Is it recording still? Yes. Sorry if it skips there. Anyways, I go ahead and do 2 wounds onto his organ gun here. As you can see, he doesn't even have the model printed up yet. Go ahead and I do a wound onto this unit of Hold Guardians. Go ahead and I do Flaming Swords onto my big unit here, and I think I fuck up because I didn't even have enough shots in range. Don't know why I did this, but again, it's me trying to break off the rust and trying to remember things that I have been missing out on here. Go ahead and I got the web launcher, and I shoot a direct hit on a 6. Go ahead and I hit this unit of Graybeards, I think it was. Pulling up his list again so I could just kind of look at it while I'm talking. Here it is. Yeah, 24 Graybeards. Go ahead and I hit him. I think I killed like 1 guy, but basically just webs him, so now he can't march with that unit. He could if he wants to, but it probably wouldn't be good. Yeah, let's go into... Oh shit, this is actually the wounds, my bad. I ended up doing 8 wounds with the web launcher, ended up killing off 3 guys. Over here, I'm going to go shoot with the Flaming Swords, and I end up killing off the organ gun. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 1. Dwarven Holes. Dwarven Holes turn 1. He goes ahead and he starts moving these guys up. He moves the Whole Guardians into the forest, which I thought was currently a mistake. And he goes ahead and he moves up his Clan Warriors on the left there. It basically allows my Spider Riders just to fucking go right back there. I mean, he's not really going to stop the Spider Riders anyways, but they got free reign to go ahead and get to the next organ gun. Over here, you can see he starts pushing this corner, and when he pushes this corner, I'm not entirely worried about it. He puts his unit of... I know they look like rats, but they're supposed to be dwarves. Again, he's printing up models. He actually bought a box of like freaking 40 dwarves that day that we were there, so he could kind of fill up all these ranks. But he goes in and moves these dwarves in front of my K-Pack there. Just to chaff him, so he can move up everything else, which he's doing. Magic, he gets a 3 on the flux. And I don't remember what he tries to do. He's doing runes like -1 to wound, -1 to hit. I think he put them all onto the Whole Guardians in the forest. After he got 1 or 2 off and I couldn't stop them, I basically was like, whatever, buff that unit. I just won't go into it. Over here, shooting the organ gun, shoots into the A-Rock, does a wound, a single, no, looks like 2 wounds. And we're going to go into turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. As you can see, I go ahead and I pop my 15 Relentless Banner on my Forest Goblins. Forest Goblins go up to the flank of his Hold Guardians, I think the A-Rock charged into the dwarves and they fled through the Hold Guardians, but you can see everything's kind of out of line of sight of these Hold Guardians at the moment. This is kind of how it looks like at the moment. I ended up charging the K-Pack into that unit there, and what I should have done, I might have charged the A-Rock off the hill at somebody and he ran, but what I should have done here was move the A-Rock back away from his Whole Guardians on the right. You can see they're creeping up on the right, and I left them there to protect the flank, or I don't really recall. The objective is definitely breakthrough. And I am currently not doing a good job at breaking anything through. As you can see over here, we're going to go into Magic. Magic I end up getting, I don't even know what on the flux, but I go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. End up doing 2 wounds onto the unit of Whole Guardians here. I end up doing a wound onto the organ gun. Go ahead and I do Pyro Flow and I boom wipe out the organ gun. So right now it's off to a good start. Over here, Impact Hits just demolishes these guys. These are all the wounds, and the unit is no longer. Now I go ahead and I reform my K-Pack into this weird freaking thing right here. No, I do not want your antivirus. Get out of my computer screen. All right. And I reform like this. This is, again, this is when I'm saying there's rust. This is where I'm saying there's a, I need to remember things. You know what I mean? Because this is the part of the gameplay that I'm just like, what am I doing? You know, I'm looking at it as a battle reporter, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do this? I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. Turn 2, Dwarven Holes. Dwarven Holes turn 2. He's going to go ahead and try this long bomb charge. I think he needed like a 10 or 11. He fails the charge on this unit here. He goes ahead and does 3 charges here. First charge with the Greybeards. I think I flee, or I flee with the second charge with the hammers, and I'm just like, whatever. I let the Whole Guardians hit the A-Rock, and my purpose here was I probably just to hold a stubborn, or I forgot why entirely I left the A-Rock where I did. I go ahead and I flee with the K-Pack. The K-Pack didn't run too far, though, and where it ran is not only going to chaff my savages, but you'll see what happens in a second, because he gets in with the Whole Guardians here. If the Whole Guardians wipe out my A-Rock, they just get a free unit of K-Pack, okay? Turn with his magic. He got a 2 on the Flux. He goes ahead and he gives these guys, I think, -1 to hit. I think. Over here, we're going to start off close combat because there was no shooting. I destroyed the organ guns. He goes ahead and he starts off the combat. And he has a choice between Vanguard, Strength, or Initiative. I did not know this because I haven't played in 2 fucking years. And even when I played 2 years ago, there's not many people I played who played Hold Guardians. So he chose Strength. He was under the assumption, and at the end of the video you could hear our feedback, that it was Strength, 6 with Initiative 5, Agility 5, I think it was. I think that's what it was. Or Agility 4. Either way, if he said he was Agility 4, I go ahead and I do a wound with the A-Rock before he just demolishes the A-Rock. Kills the A-Rock, he overruns. He needs a 7 to get to the K-Pack. He rolls a 6. We're going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3, I'm going to call it the Wog! I'm going to go ahead and charge my trolls into this unit of Hold Guardians. As I charge the trolls in, I'm just thinking to myself, he's in the forest. He won't be steadfast if he does do an amount of wounds. I am super, what's the word I'm looking for? Confident in the trolls. Trolls is a big ass unit. They're going to go ahead and just like do a shit ton of wounds. They're going to go ahead and reject a ton of wounds, and I'm going to destroy this unit of Whole Guardians, right? So I go ahead and I do this charge, right? After I charge, I look at my brother, and he has this big old smile on his face, and I'm like, what? And he's like, they have a flaming banner. I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, man. I moved Coop up there. I don't know why I moved Coop up there, but I moved my Baxter and the boys out of the way in case his Whole Guardians come out. Alright, magic. I go ahead and get a 3 on the Flux. I go ahead and I do a Pyro Flow into, I think, his Anvil. I end up doing a couple wounds onto the Anvil. I go ahead and I do Flaming Swords onto my Trolls, which we'll see how that goes. Over here, these guys are going to shoot into his clan warriors. I think I kill off a clan warrior over here. He ends up doing 11 wounds onto my trolls, which really wasn't bad. I think I ended up doing like 9 wounds back. My general is in range, but I fail the leadership check by like 1 pip. And I think it was that 1 pip. I was like, man, if I was a leadership 10, they would have stuck, you motherfucker. Motherfucker, god damn it. And for the record, this has happened to me at least 2 or 3 times since. They're gonna flee, and since they flee, he chases. They get really close to my common goblins, but they don't touch. They don't go through, and it gives me a single chance to rally my trolls, but I don't know if I really want to. Yeah. Over here, it's gonna start off his turn. Dwarves turn 2. Dwarves turn, or turn 3. Dwarves turn 3. He's gonna charge into my, Yeah. He's going to charge it to my K-Pack. My K-Pack, I obviously reformed it, just decided to take the hit where I'm going to take the hit. Over here, he's going to move his other units forward, and he's obviously advancing on a breakthrough scenario. He's going to go ahead and, because my trolls flubbed up, I gave him the flank to my savages. He's going to go ahead and charge into the trolls because they were in the way, so the trolls have to flee, right? And they get close to the board edge. He fails his redirect, which would have been basically game over. He's going to just charge into the flank of my savages, but he failed the redirect. His BSB is just outside of range. Thank God. All right. Magic, he gets a 7 on the flux, goes ahead and buffs up this unit. This unit just destroys my K-Pack, and it's, I think it's like -1 to wound right now, and I'm just like, I can't really do too much about that, but we're going to go into turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I'm going to go ahead and charge in anyways. Fuck this. I'm going to charge in with the Cape, or with Zod! I'm going to charge in with the Savages, and I do charge in with the Goblins, but I forgot to declare it at the beginning, but he just said, whatever. I mean, we're really just kind of practicing anyway, so we're just like, fuck it, let's just do it. We're both just kind of wiping off the rust, relearning how to play the damn game. Let's get in. Boom, 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 right? Over here, I use my common goblins to chaff up his guys here while my trolls do rally, which was incredible. And you could see my Koopa and the forest goblins down there are just basically going to keep on their rampage of just taking out random ass shit. Magic, I got a 7 on the flux, so go ahead and I give my unit, I want to say I try to give my unit, no, I was too far to give my unit flaming swords. I think that's what it was. So I ended up just kind of like nuking random ass guys up the top. Close combat, I go ahead and I do impact hits here. And my general gets 6 on the impact hits. My savages get 2 on the impact hits. I end up killing only like 1 dude. Okay? Now, we're under the assumption that he's agility 4. So he's going to go ahead and swing first after Zod, and he ends up killing 18 of my savages. 18. I didn't make a single fucking ward save. Alright? And when I go back, I end up doing a couple wounds onto him, but it was just way too late. Way too much damage was done. My savages will flee. My general flees, but my goblins stuck. My goblins are steadfast. So they held them in place. My general's running off the table, and actually, I don't even think he ran fully off the table. He's like at the tip, But it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Dwarven holds turn 4 or 3 or 4, whatever number pops up, and he's gonna go ahead and just charge right here into my general and to my savages. They both run off the table, and basically, Magic, he gets a 4 on the flux. And again, he's just putting these poker chips down, so it's really hard for me to understand what he put down. Over here, close combat, he's just going to beat the shit out of my goblins. My goblins are going to run. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5. I go ahead and I charge Koopa into the rear of his guys back there. Koopa has to make up some points here. He started moving his other units towards my bunkers, and he didn't... Oh, I see what happened. The reason why he got the charge off on my general and savages was because I used pyromancy and killed off 1 guy, and it allowed him to get that free wheel off by losing the 1 guy. I see that was a mistake now. I think I saw it the second after I did it, but I was just trying to weaken up that unit, right? As for everything else, you can see I started like booking it with my Spider Riders, because I'm like, I got to get close enough to chaff him, or else Koopa's in trouble in a second. And even though the trolls are there, the trolls are stupid. They're going to just keep on stumbling forward with no general, so I have to kind of protect my points, right? You can see his other unit over here, they chased off the goblins. I think he tried to restrain, but he failed, and he just kind of chased them off, and now he's going to bring them back up. Magic got an 8 on the flux. Go ahead and I can't see what that says. I can't see what it says. You'll see it on the right side up. I go ahead and I do a flaming sword bubble, and it goes off, which is going to give Koopa some nice hits. Go ahead and I do, it looks like I just did like pyro flows and stuff, and I'm starting to work on the hammers. Over here, I go ahead and I did bring the pain onto Koopa. Koopa is going to go ahead and swing first, and Koopa just wipes out only 1 dude. I tried Koopa, the spider, the dragon staff, everything. And actually, I think I saved the dragon staff. I think I did. But go ahead and I end up killing off only one guy here. He swings back, but I don't think he did any wounds. I think he just whiffed. Since he whiffed, he's gonna flee, and Koopa decides to stay put because Koopa has to protect what I have left. All right. I make myself really skinny on purpose because I don't really care if they get me in the flank. It's a harder charge for him. If I turn, I'm going to give him basically that extra 2 inches to charge in. So I'm just like, I'll let him do the harder charge. It's going to start off turn 5 dwarves. Turn 5 dwarves, he's going to go ahead and charge. Whoops. He's going to go ahead and charge here. What happened? There it goes. Double charge, he fails both. Oh, no, 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 no. He fails with the Greybeards, and the hammers, boom, get right into Koopa, which is fine. It's kind of what I wanted. I still have flaming swords up, yeah. So that's how the table looks right now. He goes into magic. He gets a 1 phase, which is good for me. I end up stopping all his spells. The combat, he ended up doing a charge, a big flank, and he ended up doing 4 wounds onto Koopa. It looks like Koopa ended up killing, it looks like 7 of him, but he's really hurting Koopa right now. I go ahead and I use my Spider Riders on my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 6, to chaff up his Greybeards. The magic, I don't really do much. I don't even think there was a point to do much because his other unit ran off the table. After that unit ran off the table, really it's just Koopa left with, and then the Greybeards. I'm not going to be able to do much with Pyromancy. I won't be able to do much with his other guys down there, the Whole Guardians. So basically, it was just trying to buff up Koopa, and I think he stopped them anyways. And basically, what ended up happening was Koopa ended up killing, I think, everybody but like 1 or 2 of his guys. Nope, never mind. I killed them all. Koopa ended up killing them all. I have like, I want to say it was 2 wounds remaining after that. And because I have 2 wounds remaining, he is going to claim half the points on Koopa. Turn 6, he's going to go ahead and try this long bomb charge. He fails the charge. Over here, he's going to charge it to these guys. And that was basically it. Alright. Let me try to do a quick feedback before you guys see the next portion here. Quick feedback. The game, again, it was a lot of rust coming off. There's, I think... So one of the things that keeps coming up in my game here, there's a couple of practice games I played online recently, and people are wondering, friends specifically are wondering about the scoring units. I lack scoring units. I lack anything that will get across the table fast on a breakthrough scenario. I could take Boar Boys. It literally had me tweak the next list that I made like 5 times trying to put in Boar Boys, and then I ended up taking them out and going right back to what I have. But I think part of the problem I had here was the way I deployed. I cornered myself on the one side. His Whole Guardians were really fast, movement 6, and it basically took the table up right away. I didn't leave myself with the A-Rock and K-Pack, which are actually very mobile units. I didn't give them enough room to retreat to. I think I put the Goblins right behind them, because I was like, oh, Goblins on the hill with bows. That'll be great. And I think that really left me cornered where he just took over one side. The other giant rust mistake was me just not reading his list. Me not realizing he had a flaming banner. Now he as well is running into issues of rust where he forgot his anvil had ward save. He forgot that several runes that he even had. I don't even think he was playing with the anvil proper. There's certain things in his list that he's still learning. Obviously, the major one was the Whole Guardians. As for feedback on the game, first off, the score was after objective a 15-5 to my brother. Okay, it was a decisive win. It was pretty easy. Guys, do you hear it? I don't know if you hear it, but there's a shy ambulance coming. I'm gonna let it simmer there for a second. Nothing. It's too. I mean, I can hear it, but I don't know if the mic is picking it up. But he, even though he played the Whole Guardians with the fast initiative and the high strength, which I don't think it would have mattered. We had this conversation obviously the last couple days because this game was played on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. We've had this conversation the last couple days about it. Really just depends on when it mattered. It wouldn't have mattered if he chose to go with high initiative against my savages just to punk me. The strength 5, yeah, it would have shaved off a couple more wounds, but they're so tough. They're tough 5 on his whole guardians. The armor's high on them, and they did their job. They really did do their job. So, but if they were strength 5, I don't know if they would have punked the spider as easy. And if you guys know me and my brother, we do have some hot dice at times. So when my brother's hot, it's hard to stop him. All right. Not really complaining about the dice being the deciding factor. It's not. I obviously made major mistakes, and it's okay. That's, again, why I'm playing this game right now, is to relearn and refocus and re-enjoy and get back into this and love the game that we used to play. Now, there's a shy ambulance, threw me off. I do have one more thing to say. One more thing to say. And then what I did was I recorded my brother and I on the drive home talking about our game. Okay, what we felt. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm gonna try to do is, again, you know, since it's been a 2-year hiatus, I want you guys to see more of what my opponents think of this game. Usually, after I make the battle report, it's kind of a one-sided battle report. You're only hearing the narrator, which is me, perspective. Sometimes I want you guys to hear what the other person has to say. Sometimes I don't, but. I know Fergus is always a proponent of saying exactly what I said wrong in my perspective every time I talk to him. He's like, "Oh, I saw your battle report. No, you're making me sound like this and that and this and that." I'm like, "Nah, man, just that's my perspective." So you're gonna be able to see my brother's perspective. Before I get to that, though, I know it's already been 31 minutes. Before I get to that, I am the round 1 opponent of Buckeye Battles is posted. Okay, now one of my mistakes here was I already put the list out. I just kind of made the first thing that I remembered that I played last, and I just threw it out there. One of the issues was my general has a regen save instead of a flaming ward save. Okay, so that was one thing. Second thing is. I'm not entirely a fan of the 2 spiders right now. The main point is just points. I want to have an extra unit out on the table. I do mess around with this after the Buckeye list, but for the next several games, you're going to watch me with double spiders. Anyways, so with what I have, spider, savages, K-Pack, trolls, goblins, Zod, right? And savages, if I didn't say that. I am playing against this list right here. And this is Mr. Where did he go? Adam Hilton. All right. Adam Hilton's list is it's a shooting list, okay? Now, there's several things that for Buckeyes, and I'm totally asking you guys for advice here, what I could take from it, from your guys' wisdom to me, and see if I use it at all. Now, for Buckeyes, round 1, it's always a blind deployment, meaning we won't see how they deploy. So I don't know if he's going to turtle in a corner or if he's going to go center. It is hold the center objective, right? But with that being said, he has rocket battery, naphtha thrower. I already expect the naphtha thrower to just demolish most of my trolls by the time they get forward. He only has a unit of Toruk enforcers, which looks like chaff. Other than that, everything else is shootings. So, you know, I may have one chance of getting in first. Besides, you know, getting first turn, I mean, so I could just kind of rush. Besides that, I won't win this shooting game, especially with Pyromancy against freaking Infernal Dwarves. He does have a Pyromancer, that's his Wizard Master. He does lack a BSB, which maybe I could cause some terror checks. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think I could do against this list right here? Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys this video. It's a 5-minute video. Please enjoy. Do not turn turn away. I bet you will enjoy this. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for this video today, and you guys can watch what I'm leaving right here, right after, with my brother's perspective on how the game went. All right. Take care. Peace. All right, we just finished the match at the Dice Dojo. You guys probably just saw the whole video. Obviously, we haven't made the video yet, but my brother won here. The score we got was 15-5. We were both. I just kind of wanted to get your feedback on this while we're driving back to my house. How do you feel your list did?
Well, there were some kinks that I needed to work out, but for the most part, man, those Whole Guardian, those guys are boss, man.
Yeah.
They did something that I didn't expect them to do. They took Zod out.
Well, Zod fell off the board.
Yeah. But they took 3 charges at one time and survived.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I thinking back about it, the goblins weren't shooting shit. Those little 20-man goblins, I should have put them in ranks knowing that was about to happen. Because I sat there for like 2 rounds, just flatlined. I got caught off guard with the first Whole Guardians having the flaming banner. He told me, but I just zoned it out, and I didn't realize how come he was so happy that the trolls charged him. And what?
I was pretty happy. I was like, yes, that's the fight I wanted.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, I was thinking like, oh, you're in the forest.
Because I left them right there in the open.
Yeah, I mean, I could have spent another round shooting them. That would have been 3 less attacks. Their initiative was ridiculous. I didn't think they were that fast. I mean, they're extremely well rounded. They got high initiative, high strength, high defense, toughness. And then the other Hold Guardians, they just smack my savages.
But I chose not to go with the Vanguard, and I went with the +1 strength because of your monsters and because of Zod. And it actually, at first I thought I made a mistake and I should have Vanguard, and +1 strength actually helped out.
Yeah, because it made you wound down 2s on the Savage Orcs.
I think I'm getting pulled over.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're getting pulled over. Chicago Popo. All right. So we got pulled over. He made a left-hand turn when he shouldn't have, right outside the Dice Dojo. I actually knew that sign was there, but I forgot.
How many times have I turned not there before, and I should have known.
So, anyways.
Let's get the cop in the background.
I did. Alright, anyways, the match, obviously I lost. There was a couple things I made mistakes about, charging into his unit.
Silva, you're all good, sir.
Thank you. There's my
Insurance, too.
Yeah.
You were on the ball, sir.
Yeah.
Have a
Thank
safe night, okay?
Thank you.
Too.
Bye.
So, alright, so there's a couple things I made a mistake about, and I think the number one thing, while it's still fresh in my mind, was obviously charging into the Whole Guardians. I didn't expect the Whole Guardians to be so tough and strong. I didn't expect them to wipe out 17 Black Orcs or 18 Black Orcs, right? All that started to add up. I do think that Jesse forgot a lot of his own rules, and that's something because he's playing a new army. I think that it would benefit. I would have lost a lot more if you would have knew your own rules.
Yeah.
I do think one of my major mistakes was letting the Goblin chariots flee. I should have just took that charge in the beginning, let your other unit run up front.
Yeah, I think because...
and then I would have had savages.
Yeah.
And a rock ready.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. My deployment was kind of funky. I did deploy...
I think both of our deployments, though, were pretty funky on that one.
That's true. We both had really fucked up deployments. But the A-Rock, I put her on the flank and I kind of left her in a corner where she didn't have anywhere to go.
And then I didn't realize that your whole Guardians were going to be so fast in initiative where you're just going to punk her before she did anything, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other one is, I thought the left side I had under control with Koopa and the Goblins on the Pyromancy. The Pyromancy, unfortunately, after I got to your blocks, there was just nothing I was going to do. Even if I picked at them, I was going to pick off like 2 wounds here, 1 wound there.
Yeah.
So after a while, I just ran out of targets. But they took care of the war machines, which was one of the things I was worried about right off the bat.
Yeah. I feel like the placement of my war machines was pretty bad, so going forward, I'm going to have to rethink that and where I placed them.
And then my chaff, my Spider Riders, I left them too far from where they needed to be. They needed to be in the way, you know? And that's something I'm noticing with the Spider Riders that the Wolves do better is because the Wolves could just run to the other side so fast.
Yeah.
You know? So, cause conga lines and stuff like that. Overall, it was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I'll give you guys my final feedback on the battle report if I haven't already. And I'm about to get home right now. If we don't hit people in traffic, we're gonna stop by more cops.
Yeah. It was